Greetings, beautiful. And today we're closing in on the end of week 5. Here's what that means to me. First off, my stomach is leveled out. My body is starting to get accustomed to the change in lifestyle eating and the skipping the day of food and processing it more normally now without any assistance of any kind. So, yay that. It is hummingbird season, so the hummingbird feeders are out and having to be more work to keep full. I have been doing my walks. I have to say it is truly amazing how hard it is some mornings and how not hard it is other mornings. A couple of days ago, cue this clip. Oh, gotta go back to bed. Some mornings it's just a lot of work to get out here and do this. I wanted to sit on the couch. I was awake enough, but I just wanted to stay home. But I made myself. Here I am. It was a struggle. And then they're peeing on me. The hummingbirds peeing on me. This is not the spot to sit. I'm going to have to move my table. This morning I was able to just power through, shave almost a minute and a half off my time. Didn't have to struggle so hard to keep a good pace. But a couple of days ago, that was not the case. Ooh, the sun's bright. Shall we move over a little bit? Hold on. I did my walk this morning. Gizmo had his walk. We are home. We've put out our fresh hummingbird feeders, nice and full. We harvested some asparagus. Yum. This is my second big harvest. I had some a little bit here, a little bit there as it slowly started coming in, and had that for the first time a couple of days ago for dinner, actually. Gonna eat me some asparagus fresh out of my garden. He wanted to come join us. So I have somebody staying in my guest room for a little while, and he's going to help me put the new roof on my greenhouse. So that's a big thing that's going on right now. We've ordered the roofing materials. He's been pulling the old roof apart that was so yucky and finding out what materials we need to prep. And the new polycarbonate roofing material should be arriving possibly tomorrow at our quit licking me, quit licking me, I don't want to be licked. We can get started on it so I can finally properly use my greenhouse. We are getting into that season when things can start being put out carefully, especially the early spring stuff. It's late April, but our growing season here is very short, and even just a couple of days ago it was 27 degrees in the morning when I walk. This morning it was 38. It's the mountains and it gets cool, but I love being able to open my window at night and get all that cool air into the house, and then I shut it down in the morning, and it's just cool most of the day without any kind of ACs or anything up until like July, August. For a couple of weeks in the middle between July and August it gets really hot, and that's the only time I need much assistance. Other than that, just a light fan is all you need, and I love it. I have been watering the garden areas and the flowers every other day now. We have reached that season. It's pretty dry here, generally speaking. In a couple of months, monsoon will hit and things will really green up because we do get a seasonal wet. But right now, the weather is warming up. When I start walking in the mornings at about 6 in the morning, it's about 10 degrees warmer now than it was before. So that's been nice. I don't have to wear nearly as many layers. In the heart of winter, I'm wearing a couple pair of yoga pants, trying to not numb my whole body. Can't feel my thighs or anything. I'm down to just one pair, a t-shirt, and a sweater. And the sweater doesn't need to be very heavy even to get me started, which I'm loving, because usually I get halfway through one of those walks and I'm wishing I wasn't wearing such heavy layers. I've worked up a sweat and my heart's pumping and the cardio is happening on them hills. And so, yes, of course, in another few months, I'm going to be sweating the curls out of my hair while I'm walking in the morning. So that's also fun. That was a real struggle last year. I, didn't seem to matter what I did. My hair looked like a limp noodle most days because, yeah, it was hot and sweaty. I mean, at least it's not humid here. There's very, very, very little humidity, which makes it harder to go visit places with humidity now, because I'm like, oh my God, I'm so cold because it's just damp feeling, even if it's only 60 degrees. I'm like, no, I used to be able to handle humidity. I had to up my moisturizing game for my face when I moved here, but the temperature extremes don't feel as extreme in a drier place, which is nice. So I'm probably going to be sewing some more today on my masks. I'm actually going to incorporate some different sizing that I've been experimenting with to find the right ear loop length and things like that. Some people like a slimmer cut mask, a little more narrow, and some like a fuller cut that goes way more under the chin. I personally prefer the fuller cut. I know several people who also prefer the fuller cut, but I know quite a few people who like the narrow cut too. So I'm going to make them both available. So hopefully that'll keep, as this whole situation continues on, that's the money that's re-roofing that greenhouse. I am going to start trying to post these videos a little closer to when the week is actually ending. Just takes a minute to edit them, but I do want to post them a little closer on my personal pages and with my friends who are reacting to things that are a week old, um, more actively. So this will come out on the page pretty soon, I think. There will be no weigh-in and no measure this week. Y'all knew there wasn't going to be a measure. That's an every 4-week thing. And now, per my original intentions, we're moving back to a monthly weigh-in too. That first few weeks, seeing the pounds drop and seeing the changes happen in my body with that first grand push, it was really hard not to weigh in. But things are leveling out. I'm still toning and slimming, and I'm sure I'm losing some. I doubt I'm losing it at the same pace though, and I'm not going to obsess about it. It's something that's not good for you to over obsess about, because then you start looking at it and going, it's not moving, it's not changing, it's not worth it. Well, first off, this has been pretty easy for me, honestly. Besides the stomach upset and the adjustments for my system in general, this has not been a terrible process, so it's very worth it. There's a lot of health benefits to your cardiovascular system, to your cholesterol and blood pressure that I've read about for doing things like this. And I'm at that stage in my life and age in my life where I'm going to need to do those things and handle those things before it gets bad. So it is worth it, even if I wasn't losing any weight at all, which I know I am. It's still worth it. Feel free to hit the bell, subscribe, and see how things continue to go. If you're interested in the kind of things I talk about and the things I do and want to know more. And you have a gorgeous, gorgeous spring day. Okay, well, don't pee on me. Yeah. I mean, they're awesome, but ugh. Oh, look who's here. Look who wants to join us. If you're gonna sit here, we need to get you into the picture. Can you turn this way? There. Oh, yeah, bye-bye. I have a red scarf on. Yeah. They want to know if I'm food.